Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. What the hell is going on at Hot 97 in New York City? DJ Enuff is out. Flex has a new time slot. All right. DJ Enuff says that Funkmaster Flex, he believes is the one who got him fired. Flex says he didn't do it. I'm going to break it down just a little bit, man. I'm just going to run it down for those of y'all who are wondering what the hell is going on. So last week, Funkmaster Flex announced that there was going to be some changes at the station, Hot 97 in New York City. His initial ambiguously worded post, it was a tweet, made it seem like he was leaving the station, but it was misleading, right? He said this Monday, Labor Day, September 1st, will be my last show on Hot 97 at 7 p.m. All things come to an end, and the Monera that I enjoy very much, super enjoyed it all, will make this last show a great one. Appreciate everyone who has supported me through the years. Flex isn't leaving the station. Even if you go to my Twitter, even when the tweet first broke, I'm like, is this his last show or is this his last show at 7 p.m.? Like, just because of the way it was worded. But he's not leaving the station. TMZ broke the story, but Labor Day is his last show at the 7 p.m. slot. And he's held that down for years, right? But TMZ broke the story that he's moving to a new time slot. TMZ said 5 to 10. When Flex got on the radio on Labor Day, he actually clarified it's going to be 5 to 11. Then TMZ also announced that DJ Enuff, who had been at the station for 27 years, was being fired. And then on Friday, DJ Enuff actually came with his own post on his own Instagram and announced that it was his last day at Hot 97, and he did his last broadcast on the station. And artists like DJ Khaled showed up, Fat Joe showed up. They came to celebrate him. People called in. There were tons of other DJs at the station. Station personnel were there just to see him off, man, and show him love. Then TMZ broke another story right after DJ Enuff got off the air on Friday. I guess he's leaving the station, and DJ Enuff believes that it was Funk Flex who got him fired. You can see the post on TMZ, right? First, if you watch the thing, and I'm not going to play the video just so I don't get flagged, but Enuff was diplomatic about it and said, hey, that it was just time for him to go and the direction the station wants to go. He probably just doesn't fit in it. And the reporter pressed him and asked him about a rumor that Flex was the reason why he was pushed out. And Enuff responds, he says, maybe, I think so. I can't prove it, but in my heart, that's what I feel has happened. And he said he hasn't had a convo with Flex whatsoever. And he admitted that he felt slighted and that he felt like he didn't deserve that from Flex. He also credited Flex as a creator of the station and someone who gave out a lot of opportunity. And Enuff said, he was going to Puerto Rico for a vacation and he'll address it when he comes back. So Flex took to the radio Monday night, Labor Day, and straight up denied that he had Enuff fired. He took the high road. He said he still loved Enuff. With Flex, you never know how Flex is going to show up. Like, really, right? Like, Flex has been controversial through the years. But he and really gets at it with other DJs. He's super competitive. But he took the high road. He said he still had love for Enuff. He said he still thought of Enuff as a brother. He said, TMZ can't make me hate my brother, was a quote that he said on the radio. He said that he felt someone else set Enuff up with TMZ and that, he doesn't blame Enuff for the TMZ thing, and alluded that Enuff has some snakes next to him in his crew that who may be responsible for what's going on or just maybe who hadn't protected him or whatever. But he didn't say who they were. But within the DJ community, I got the sense, when Flex was broadcasting, Tat Wizard was in the room like he always is. Shout out to my man Tat Wizard. Damn, who else was in the room? I think Bobby Trans was in the room with him. A couple other DJs was in the room with him, but it kind of felt like when Flex was talking about the snakes and the inside baseball, the DJ community kind of knows who he's talking about. Me, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. But Flex went on and talked about him and Enuff and their history, how they both came up under DJ Red Alert. I mean, just famed DJ, just a amazing pillar in hip hop, OG veteran DJ Red Alert. He talked about their ups and downs through the years. He talked about how they got caught up in the Angie Martinez and Wendy Williams beef. If you read Angie's book, there's a famed story about how her and Wendy Williams got into a physical altercation. So that, there was a big beef between Angie Martinez and Wendy Williams, and they were both at the station. And it seems like Enuff and Flex and DJ Red Alert kind of got caught up in all that. And Enuff and Flex didn't speak for a number of years, but they had patched that up years ago. But Flex said he would never do anything to get anyone fired. He says because he's too hot in Flex fashion. So he'll make a joke. He sincerely, whether you believe him or not, he sincerely said he didn't have enough fired. But then he comes back later and says, I didn't get anyone fired. I'm too hot. Like, I don't need to do it. That's the competitive side that kicks in. He said Enuff is his guy for life, and he still loves him. And he said to stop making him the bad guy. So there's something going on behind the scenes at Hot 97. I've heard a lot of things over the past month, all throughout this year. There's absolutely something going on behind the scenes there. I think with the management that they're under, the company that owns them. And I feel like more info will come out. But I can't say what's going on between Flex and Enuff. I heard some things. I definitely heard some things. But I can't confirm it. You know what I'm saying? If I get up here and say what I heard, that's rumors, that's gossip, that's hearsay, right? Like I can't, and it is not for me to say. So, and I don't know what I fully believe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of watching this from afar, but I do think more information will come out. But so basically where we at is that Enuff says that he believes Flex got him fired, but he says he can't prove it. And Flex says he didn't get him fired and he loves Enuff and that's his brother. So we see where we go from there. Maybe they patch it up. I don't know. I know 2025, a lot of this generation doesn't listen to radio in the same way that we did coming up. And if I'm being real, radio is not what it used to be. Like, Hot 97 is not what it used to be as a brand, as a station. But it'll always be historic in New York. Hot 97 was the first all hip hop station, like all day, to play hip hop all day in New York City. Before that, we had Kiss FM. We had WBLS, but they would only play hip hop for a few hours, at night. Like, I remember growing up in Kiss FM, like, remember when you used to have like the R&B records with the rap in the middle, let's say like a Mariah Carey and ODB. Like, I remember during the daytime, like Kiss FM would or Mary J. Blige, Real Love with Biggie. I remember Kiss FM during the day would only play the version without the rapper. They would only play the version of Mariah Carey without ODB, or only play the version of Mary J. Blige without Biggie during the day. Then at night, you might get a set from Red Alert or somebody, and they'll play the actual rap records. But hip hop was like sectioned off to a certain point in the day, and I'm talking about in the 90s. Like, it wasn't about until the end of 1992, beginning of 1993, when Hot 97 went from a dance station. They used to play like dance music, freestyle music, club music, CNC Music Factory, like all that type of, which was wildly popular in the 90s. And they changed to an all hip hop format where you would get hip hop 24/7. And that was the first time. That was the first station to do that in New York. Flex, Angie Martinez, that's an era when I was really coming to age. So that shit shaped me. A lot of people who know me have heard me speak before about how Angie Martinez is somebody who I have a lot of respect for, somebody who I kind of wanted to be like coming up, somebody who I saw that and just really respected what she does, especially with the interviews and stuff like that. So shout to Angie, man. This love forever. So that era really shaped me. So that's why I'd always be so special. Enuff joined the station in 1998. And like I said, I can't speak to what's going on between Flex and Enuff, but what I can say about Enuff is one of the greatest humans, A1 human being, and then also just a hell of a DJ, a talented DJ. Like, I've been to Enuff parties, just his sets and the way he tears it down. Enuff is amazing, bro. Enuff has broken records on that station on the radio, like early Kanye West. I remember Ye was down with Enuff's heavy hitters crew. If you look at those early Kanye West mixtapes, it has heavy hitters crew, which is Enuff's crew. Their logo was on the mixtape. So Enuff was breaking a lot of Kanye records, a lot of mixtape records from Kanye and stuff like that. I remember when Enuff played J Electronica Exhibit C for the first time on Hot 97, taking like a quote unquote like a blog record and playing it on the radio was a big deal because a lot of the records weren't crossing over from the blogs to the radio. like real hip hop shit. And he's just broken. Those are just like two examples that come off the top of my head, but he's broken so many records in New York. Enuff also broke artists. He had his New at 2 show, and he would give so many artists a shot. New artists. Some artists, maybe the only time they ever got played on the radio is when Enuff did it. He played my record on Hot 97, and I never sent him the record. He just called me one day, and he was like, "Yo, Pa," I was at work. I was in the office. He was like, "Yo, Pa, you need a box?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, turn on the radio." So I turned on the radio, and he's playing, I think it's Humble. It was either Humble or DNA from Kendrick Lamar. I forget which record, but he's playing Kendrick. He's playing a Kendrick record. And then he mixed in my record, I Don't Want to Wait, right after. This is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, this is not late at night. This is when nobody's listening. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yo, the special making right. This is my man, Rob Markman. Now, this is crazy because Rob been writing for years, been interviewing for years, been a journalist for years. He's been on MTV. He's been on Rap Genius to Genius. And now he's rapping.
I heard that he's already top 5 Puerto Rican rappers of all time.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to take a shot. I heard that.
Oh, man. Rob, this is where we going in? Anyway, it's called I Don't Want to Wait. Yo, how I found out about your record on TMZ, son?
And he played I Don't Want to Wait for my first album, Right to Dream, bro. I got so emotional hearing my record on Hot 97. I never sent him the record. I never asked him. He just heard the record. I guess like what he heard and said, "Oh, I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna give this a shot." But I watched him break so many artists. Other than that, too, he's a producer. A lot of people don't know he produced on Life After Death, Notorious B.I.G. He has production credit on You're Nobody Until Somebody Kills You, and he also produced the Get Money remix from Junior Mafia. The remix is fire. The Get Money remix is super fire. I don't know what Enuff is doing next. I don't know what happens for him next. I don't know what the future holds for him, but I know he's an amazing DJ, yo. I know he's dedicated his career to breaking records, breaking artists, putting people on, putting other DJs on, making people feel good with his parties and just representing, man. So shout out to his Heavy Hitters crew, man. But he puts DJs on, he puts artists on, he breaks records. One of the greatest humans. So that's it. That's the video, man. I love DJ Enuff, man. That's it. That's the video. And just want to kind of explain the situation, especially for those who aren't in the city and might have been like, "Yo, what's going on at Hot 97?" I don't know. It feels like a lot of things is going on for real. And if anything relevant kind of happens, we'll talk about it. But that's where we are now with it. So hit me in the comments. Let me know, what you think. If you want to talk about it, I'm here. All right. Peace.